Hi, and welcome to my Q&A session again. I got a couple of questions from a client from Washington, D.C., Andrew. Andrew asks, I am having issues with dry skin, which is painful and uncomfortable. Lotion is not an option as I want to moisturize from the inside out. I take a daily flaxseed supplement and have tried increasing the dosage, but it hasn't helped. This seems to happen to me every winter. What is likely to cause my problem, and what can I do about it? Andrew, that's commonly a essential fatty acid deficiency, as you're probably aware of, taking your flaxseed oil. Now, the flaxseed is a type of omega-3. It's good for you, but in our skin we have mostly an omega-6 called gamma-linolenic acid, or GLA. You might want to try supplementing with evening primrose oil, which has a lot of GLA in it, or borage oil. I would go for the EPO, or evening primrose oil, first. Another thing that might be causing the dry skin is your ability to metabolize fats. Commonly it's the gallbladder. Gallbladder's function, the gallbladder stores bile, and bile's function or role is to help with fat metabolism and to also help with detoxification. It clings to the toxins and sends it down to the gastrointestinal tract so we can poop it out. Things that stimulate gallbladder, you could start taking apple cider vinegar, tablespoon with your bottled water, and a little bit of pinch of sea salt. Do that daily as a daily routine. The malic acid in the apple cider vinegar tends to soften up or loosen up the bile and break up any small stones that you might be having. Another thing you can do is do a Google search on castor oil packs and start doing some castor oil packs for yourself to help take a load off that gallbladder. Also, eating more beets, and the beet leaves. If you have a juicer, you can juice the beet leaves. That's even better. Very gallbladder friendly. Okay, so next question. I have noticed that immediately after sexual activity, my ability to contract and hold contracted my transverse abdominis, or TVA muscle, seems to be weakened. What other factors could contribute to sporadic TVA weakness? Well, Andrew, unless you're taking your sexual partner and swinging her over your shoulders and doing squats with her, I wouldn't really be too worried about your transverse abdominis or TVA contraction. But because you asked, the only thing I can think of is in our nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic part, which is the rest and digest aspect, that's predominant during sexual arousal when we get an erection. Now, once the game is over and you have that ejaculation, the other part of the autonomic nervous system, called the sympathetic, or the fight or flight, takes over and counteracts the parasympathetic. So probably what happens, and that's why we have a refractory period where after you ejaculate, it takes a while for a guy to get an erection again because of the sympathetic nervous system activity. So the way I look at it, it's possible that that inhibitory effect that it has on your penis might be related to the pelvic floor muscles, which is on the same neurological loop as the inner unit, or that deep abdominal wall where the TVA muscle is. So that might have an inhibition on that aspect too, but it's very temporary, so I wouldn't be too concerned about it. But it's an interesting question. But again, you know, after you get some, and if you start doing some squats, at least now you know why, or at least to be careful. Okay. But anyway, thank you for those very interesting questions. And for any of you watching these videos, if you have any comments or feedbacks or any questions, feel free to check out my website, www.jocsonhealth.com.